Good morning and welcome. You're watching Breakfast News. I'm Gargi Rawat. Our top story this morning, Nupur and Rajesh Talwar are likely to be sentenced today. Arguments on sentencing will start at the special CBI court, where the dentist couple were convicted of murdering their 14-year-old daughter, Arushi, and domestic help Hemraj. The Talwars have been taken to a jail in Ghaziabad after they were pronounced guilty yesterday. Investigators have acknowledged there is no forensic or material evidence against them, even sought the court's permission to end the case in December 2010. However, the judge refused and ordered that the couple would stand trial for the murder and destruction of evidence. The Talwars will challenge the judgment in a higher court. But the Talwar family has hit out against what they've called a trial by media, saying the media went too far, indulging in too much speculation, and this sensational coverage influenced the case.
All of a sudden you find in the morning you wake up, your child is murdered. Then who's supposed to conduct the investigation? Are the parents supposed to conduct the investigation, or the police which has come into the house is supposed to conduct the investigation? Was it not their duty to cordon off the area? Was it not their duty to get in a dog squad? Was it not their duty to open the terrace door? Was it left on the parents? If the parents were completely numbed and shocked that they could not provide the keys to the terrace, was it not the duty of the police officer there to open the terrace door? Was it not the duty of the police when they cleaned the room after Arushi was taken for her post-mortem? It was asked, the constable, the lady constable Sunita Rana was there. She was asked, because the house was dirty, it was full of blood, can it be cleaned? She said yes. Now, we did not have an idea of how to do this. It was the first time it was happening that there was a murder in the family. How do we know what to deal with? It's the UP police who should have guided us. It's the police who had come into the house who should have taken the...
I just want your quick reaction, because one of the things that Rajesh Talwar has also been convicted for is not just destruction of evidence. They're also saying because he filed a wrong FIR. What's your reaction to that as a family member?
No, there was no wrong FIR filed. It was initially... See, Sunetra, isn't it so obvious?
Yes.
There are 4 people in the house. You find your daughter is murdered. Your servant is gone. Isn't it a natural reaction on your part that the servant has murdered the daughter and run away? What is so unusual about it? I mean, just close your eyes and think. If this were to happen in your house, you are 3 of you, a servant is there, your child is murdered. What do you find in the morning? The servant is not there. So your instinctive reaction is that the servant has murdered and run away. So what was wrong about it? It was absolutely the correct reaction. It's again misconstrued. Like everything else in this case, the media has blown out of proportion, and it has been helped by the Noida police and the CBI further. And no correct facts are coming out at all.
No correct facts are coming out. Last point from you, Mr. Singh, if I can just ask you, is that many people have also pointed out that when you also say that there is clinching evidence, you only point to the destruction of evidence, not of murder. So right now, the fact that there were restraints put in by the media, do you think it helped? And don't you think that in the higher court, perhaps the case won't be held up then?
The higher court, of course, will scrutinize every shred of evidence that has been produced in the court of law. And at the same time, I may say that the slip-up, if it was a slip-up, I do not absolve the Noida police of any lapse. But at the same time, I do say, the Talwars have to search themselves why they misguided the Noida police to look elsewhere.
Absolutely,
the body was very
we have
much
not
on the
misguided the Noida police. Why would we misguide the Noida police? Our child has gone.
Madam, it is your word. It is your word against mine. It is your word against mine. And there are several evidences which cannot be made public now because for the sake of decency, I choose not to disclose them. At the same time, ma'am, you are also aware of those evidences. I would not, in fact, be as indiscreet as to quote them here.
And the Talwars have not misguided the Noida police.